So I've just written two questions. Just try the answer for them. So maybe tomorrow or like Monday or Tuesday, I'll keep a test for you. Direct test here itself. So I'll be giving some 10 or 15 minutes. You should answer all the questions. Now, can you just guess the answer for this?
10.
10.
Check it properly and say the final answer. Okay, what is the answer? No answer?
Uh,
You gave some answer, no, earlier?
it's an error.
Yeah, it's an error. Reason?
We can only increment or decrement variables, not
Yeah,
constants.
that's the correct reason. So you should always go by laws, then you'll never do any mistakes. Every concept has some rules. Can you answer the second one? So I didn't teach you, but I'm expecting because you've already learned in your college. What will be the output?
B,
Sorry?
B, I will.
Oh.
So there's just a keyword you can observe, constant. Const keyword is making it like a fixed value. Without this, these are variables. We can do variations on the values. But when we see the keyword const, so any variable if you want to convert to a constant, we can use const. So during runtime, the variable will become constant. Okay, is that clear? There are keywords. I think we discussed in the first day. Now, what is your duty is whatever keywords I have said, no, just try to color it off, whichever you understood, whichever we have covered. Those you can in the word, no, you can just color it up, color the font of that, whichever you have finished. Now let us see. So we are done with most of the operators. Now next leftover operators are. So we are in the bitwise operators only. And then the next operators are shift operators. Shift operators are very easy here. There are two shift operators here. One is left shift, another is right shift. So what happens exactly in right shift? If I say the symbol is like this, sorry, the left is this part and right symbol is this. What happens to this shifting? If I say something like 12, left shift 2, something like this. What will happen to this is, you have any idea about this? Okay, late. What is the binary format of 12? Yeah, what is the binary format of 12? 12, can you tell the binary format of it?
1100.
1100. So rest all I'll fill up with 4 zeros. So left shift to 2 bits, every bit should be moved to the left side, left position. So that means these are my valid bits. These are the 0 bits right now. So valid bits are these. So all 4 bits should move to the left position. Means every number should move to this position right now. Actually, 2 to the left side. So in that case, this whole thing will move to this left side. That means how many bits, how many positions? Only 2 positions. It will just move to the 2 positions to the left. So it comes like this. Now there are 2 more pending here. So these will be, the leftovers will be again filled up with zeros. So here the number is actually decreased or increased if I move every bit to its left side, 2 positions to the left side. Then the number gets increased or decreased.
Increased.
Increased. So you can observe that previously it was 12, Now if you observe 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 2 to the power of 4 and 2 to the power of 5. So what is the total sum there? 2 to the power of 4 is
16.
16 plus 2 to the power of 5, 32. So what is the number right now?
48.
Okay. Now check that 12 multiplied by 2 to the power of 2. What is your answer?
48.
40. So that means what is the higher calculation on this is, we are taking that number and multiply. Whenever you say left shift, it is doing multiplication over the 2's exponent. Which exponent of 2 is 2? If I mention here 3, it is 12 into 2 to the power of 3. Means now 3 bits are moved. So in this, if I do the calculation like this, lower level calculation or a higher level calculation, answer is same. So it's only that performance will increase if I use which operators? The bitwise operators, because I'm not doing a higher calculation here. So system can evaluate the expression faster as compared to this expression. Same calculation I can express in this way or this way, but this is more preferable when it compares to the performance wise. Is that clear? So here only thing is bits have to be moved to the left position to either 2 bits. If it is 3 bits to the left side. Whatever you have mentioned here, it is to move to that many bits actually. And calculation wise, 12 is multiplied by 2 to the power of this number. Nothing more than that. So if I give you 24 left shift of 3, what will be your answer right now? Whether you do bitwise calculation or you do the higher calculation. Okay, with higher calculation, what is the formula?
Twenty-four into 2 power 3.
Yeah, so 2 power 3 is
8.
okay. So this is nothing but 8, 24 into 8. So you have to compare this answer with bitwise movement also. Both answers should vary. So 24's you binary format, you take it, whatever it is, and then to move each bit to the left side. You have these ways. So now the whole numbers will move to the 2 bits to the left. So position will come here and we'll be left with only 2 more zeros. So you check this value and this value. Both answers should come. Okay. Same way, right shift. In right shift, if 12 is right shifted to 2 positions to the right, what will happen to that binary format? So every bit should move to the right side. So if it is moving to the right side, that means zeros will be removed. Ones will come to the position of zeros and left will be filled up with zeros. We are just moving every bit to the right side. Just think if it was the original one and you are just moving this number to its right side, this will come here in this position. And this same way the second number also will replace the second zero. That means the zeros will be removed right now by the movement of bits to the right side. So now we are left with 2 positions blank in the left side, which will be replaced with 2 zeros. And with this, will the number be reduced or will it be increased?
Reduced.
Reduced. So what will be the formula? What is the now the decimal number out of this? 1100. Yeah, so 3. So what calculation we have done on 12 with 2? So
Divided by 3.
So just divided by 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 2. Fine. Previously multiplication, now just division. So this is shift operator. So other than shift operators, we have just the operators like miscellaneous operator like size of operator. So size of is a word here, but it's not a word, it's an operator. Okay? It's like instead of symbol, they have used a word here. So what is the use of this operator is, it gives the total number of bytes required by the given information. by the information or variable or data type inside the brackets, round brackets. So the symbol of the syntax of size of operator is like this. So whatever you mention in this particular brackets, if it's a data type, if it's a number, whatever it may be. So when you just give a number to this operator, it will find out the total number of bytes used by this on the RAM, on the C computer. So that means now it is returning, as of now in Windows, it will return 2 bytes. So you have to see Turbo C or GCC. So we have to just see the operating system also. So if it is Windows, it will return 2. If it's a Linux system, it will return 4, because it is considering 5 as which data type? Integer. So size of is only measuring the total number of bytes required by this on the RAM, nothing more than that. So size of can take what all as an argument. So I can say size of with a variable. So if I have a variable, I can just mention here that variable also. Or I can say size of with data type also. I can use size of and pass the data type here. Then also it will give you 2. Size of can take any expression. So I can say some expression like, okay, 4 less than 5. This is also some value. So that means you have to solve this expression. What is the answer once you evaluate this expression is 1.
1.
So ultimately we have to just think that whatever it is, it should be some or the other data. So that means here it just checks the data or the type of data and gives the size of it. Size in terms of byte. In terms of bytes. Now I'll just give you one sentence, just see whether you understood or not. For this operator should be proper. If you are good with operators, it's okay. What will be the output?
0.
Think again. We already did this in operators. You should know how to solve this. Forget about size of. What is the answer of this? That you should know. What is the answer of this?
One.
So, how did you calculate that? Can you explain?
Uh, Not 2 is 0.
No, not 2 is 0.
0 less than 3
0 less than 3 yes.
is 1.
Right? So you should always know about that only. That will work. So you understood this concept that we have based on the operators. Last class we have discussed about comma and everything. No? Same rules we have to remember here also. But the main concept of size of is what you mentioned inside the bracket. Check its data type. If it's an expression, solve it. But finally make it as a one value. Once you get this value, check its data type. If it's float, it returns what size, what is the size required by a float value is 4. But only if they complicate it. If I say something like this, then what is the answer here?
It's still float.
It's
4.
yeah, because not of any true value is false. Not of this is a true value. Not of true value is false. False is which value?
0.
0.
Yeah, not of true is 0. And size of 0 is how many bytes? 2 bytes.
2.
Not 4 here. That simple thing you have to remember, nothing more. Right? Just check what is the data available inside that bracket. Finally, solve the expression properly. To get this, you should know operators perfectly, precedence and everything. Then we have some more operators which we'll cover in the later chapters like star, or this is called as indirection operator. It is used for pointing to some address, or we say just used for the pointers notation, I can simply say. Later we'll learn about this anyhow. And we have a dot operator which is called as axis operator. Okay, so this is used in like structures or other concepts where we can access the members to access the internal members. This is also later chapters. Members of the structure. Okay. Or through pointers, anything like we can go for the pointers also, or pointer notations also. Then we have that's it. These are the anything missing. If I remember, I'll just teach you. Huh? So these are the mostly we learn operators actually. There are some more operators, but that will let's see. These all we can learn while doing practicals like this, or if I say square root. So these are higher precedent. Whenever we use square brackets, round brackets in any expression, that will have higher priority. So any symbol is not simply used. For the symbol, there is a reason. So why that symbol, why that operator is used, you should know the purpose of it. So these are nothing but to group something together in one form tree, nothing more. And whenever we use these symbols anywhere, this will be solved first. Precedence will be more for these operators. On to the next chapter, the decision making controls. And the decision making controls is mainly dependent on the operators. And certainly you should be very strong in operators. Now, what is the main concept in decision making is to do some task. I want to check some results and then perform that. Okay, to give you a certificate, I should check your marks. Okay, how much you scored. If you scored less, I should not, otherwise, I should give a certificate. Means generating a certificate is not always going to be generated simply. For that, first I have to evaluate the marks. So in that case, I have to take a decision after I check your marks. So that is your decision making. So if I have to say whether your pin entered pin in the ATM machine is correct or not, so that I can debit the amount, I should check whether the entered pin or the actual pin is valid or not. If they are found valid only, will be allowing you to debit the amount from the account. So that means for all such things where there is no only simple flow of execution, I have to check and then perform an operation. Such controls are called as decision making controls. And in that there are some 5 variations are there. The first one is only if. And what is the main concept behind this is if any decision making controls require a condition, a control or condition or a statement or an expression. Some conditional expression. So we have to evaluate this expression. So expression can be either evaluated to true or a false value. So we are going to take a decision based on this expression's value. What is the value? Is it equivalent to a true value or is it equivalent to a false value? Means any zero value is a only false value, but all other non-zero values will equivalent to a true value. So if I write a condition, some condition, and I put a statement here, some expression with some comparison, and after that I put a statement. So that means I have to print hello. The actual concept is printing hello. But there is a condition before doing that. I have written a condition. Check it first. So check is the 2 less than 3 or not. If it is true, so this condition can give you 2 answers. Either it may be true or it may be false. So if it is true, I should execute this continuously, connected line. If it gives a false answer, I should not execute. That means this line is not going to execute always. The line will execute or not depends just upon this answer. If it is true, it will execute. So true executes, and if false will not execute. So we have connected our statement with a condition execution. So if the condition is true, I'll execute this, otherwise I'll skip this sentence. So that means this is just if condition. Only one if statement, no other statement followed by it. And main important points what we have to learn is if should be followed by round brackets and followed by the statement. That is important here. But sometimes you'll get something like this. Now you can observe carefully what did I write and what is wrong. This you can guess it first.
Semicolon.
Semicolon.
So is it like an error statement or is it a correct statement? Will it compile or will not compile?
Will
It's
not
an error.
compile.
Why it not compile?
There shouldn't be a semicolon in the if line.
Okay. Now I'm saying here. Now whenever I said it's going to compile, think what is the role of semicolon? Apply that semicolon somewhere else. What happens with that? Is it connected with the next statement or is it separated? What is the role of
Separated.
separated? So that means just think it's like an empty braces. I didn't write anything only inside that. I just said if this is going to be true. I wanted to do something but I didn't write anything. By mistake I forgot. And then I put a semicolon. So what is the meaning of a semicolon? I have to check, I have to execute this block and it's over. But what about this line? Is it connected or is it inside if or is it after if statement?
After the statement.
Yeah, so that means it does not belong to the if statement at all. It's separated already. It's being separated because of the semicolon. So it's a compilable statement only. So in output based questions, they will just put the semicolon. By mistake, if you don't see and you give wrong answers. So here this will compile. Only thing is, if 2 is less than 3, now it is true. Even if it is false, it does not affect on the outputs because there is no connection between this condition and this statement. This statement is separate and will always execute. There is no connection with the condition. Whether the if is, that means whether the condition is true or false. Okay. Is that clear? So we have to just observe, is the if connected continuously with the statement or not? Right? And now important point is braces. In if conditions, what is the role of this open close braces? This will talk about the body of the if. Body or the block, you can say block of the if statements. So if I don't write, that means important point is if no bar braces are used. How many lines will be considered? Only one statement will be continued with the condition. With the if statement. So what does it mean right now? So if I write if 2 less than 3, some expression, and I said printf hello, and I just said printf welcome, second statement. So how many lines will be connected to the if statement? How many are conditional? I can simply say the statements will become conditional. It may or may not execute, depends upon the condition. So here how many lines are conditional statements?
The first line.
Only the first line because braces are missing. So in the absence of brace, compiler will only add the first line inside the brace automatically. Means whether you write or you don't write, there is an opening use block of an if. But if you don't write, it will only take the first line. So the first line is the connected one. So the condition is true, output will be hello. And what is the next thing? Will it execute or will it not?
It will.
It will execute now. Okay, if it is false condition,
Only the welcome part will get
yeah,
executed.
yeah, this is always executed. So we don't have to think about this. This will always execute. But what about this? This will only execute when it's true. Now it will not execute as condition is false. So depending upon the condition only, first statement may or may not execute. So first statement is a conditional statement. So just type it this again. So if the condition is true, we'll get what answer on the screen. Output of this is first line will get executed, and after that second line also will get executed. And there is no slash and we have not written, so definitely it comes like this. Okay, because printf function does not have a slash in. Instead, if I say puts function for the first one, after hello, automatically there will be a symbol called slash, by which the second line will go to the second statement will go to the next line. So if there is a puts function, output will come in two different lines. Okay, so this is the first one. Now, if I say in compilers, when you write this in compilation, it will just give a statement like, okay, it's always true, just like a warning. We'll just say that this is like a already known expression. It's not getting evaluated, and after evaluation, I'm not checking the answer. Already we have an answer of true. This was an expression. It has to evaluate during runtime. When you run the program, only 2 will be compared with 3. And that time only system will know whether it's true or a false. But here, compiler itself can check. It's which kind of a value right now? It's a true value. So it's always true, and this is always going to execute. There's no decision making here right now. Means it's not going to be various answer. It's always going to print hello. Here there's no variation in this. Always hello is printed. But now the problem here is when I do the second variation of this, that is if followed by the else statement. So if I write same statement, condition is true, and the second statement is else statement. Now there are two statements. One is if statement, one is else statement. So the only logic is if the condition is true, if statement will execute. If the condition is false, else statement will execute. That's the only logic here. And note point here is else should be continuously linked with if statement. There should not be any break. That there should not be any. It's a continuous if else condition statement. So I should not put some gap between these two keywords. So if should have some statements, one or more, put in the brackets, and then immediately else should be continued. I cannot write some 10 statements here and then start the else statement. This will be wrong. So it should be immediately connected after the if statement. So here what is the mistake? It's not a mistake, it's just a warning. Now compiler sees that the condition is always true. It's always true condition. So based on that, do you think that this line will ever execute? Will the second
No.
line? No, it will never get a chance to execute. So we'll just get a warning. We'll get a warning on the compiler saying that it's always true and the statement is unreachable. Unreachable. The second statement will be unreachable. So this statement can never reach or execute. That's just a warning. But when you execute, it will run. And what will be the output here? Only hello. Okay, so that means we can write anything inside the bracket. It can be a simple number or a big expression, comparison, printf, whatever it may be. You just have to evaluate this expression to the level of true or a false. And here, I said it should be continuously connected. So what does it mean? If some expression we have written, so if it's not p less than 3 or anything, can you just guess the answer here?
Hello and learn.
Okay, what does this mean?
It has to be immediately after hello,
Yeah,
else.
yeah. So how many lines are there in if condition? How many statements belong to if in this scenario? How many lines are connected to if
2.
statement? How is it two?
There should be
One,
a bracket.
Yeah, only
only
one.
one.
One is connected. Fine. That means this is only if conditional statement. That means if is over. That means is it a conditional statement or is it separate?
Separate.
Separated.
Separated. Okay. Separated one. And this is only conditional statement. So that means my condition, if this is a single if without an else part. Now it cannot have any else statement because already we have written a sentence here. Now this else is misplaced. That means we found it somewhere in wrong place. There is no if preceded by this. This if is over. This will compile. Till here it will compile. But the mistake will come at which line? At this point. Saying that
Else.
misplaced else. So this else is misplaced. I didn't put it in the correct place. Fine. So how do we correct this right now? Can I put this? And will it be corrected now?
Yeah.
So how many statements are there inside the if condition?
2.
2.
2. Now, if the condition is true, how many lines will it be executed?
2 lines.
2.
But if it is a false condition, how many lines will get executed?
1.
1. Again, this is only connected to else. So if you have more than one statement to be executed with else, you should always put that inside the braces. Clear? Everything should be enclosed in if block and else block. If it is you have not used the blocks, then only one statement will be considered. Is that clear? Any confusion with this part?
No, ma'am.
And if I by mistake put here now this keyword, this semicolon,
It will give an error.
yeah, definitely. Because again, see, this is okay. This will compile, this will compile. It's like statements after. Till here it is okay. Only part is else is misplaced. Okay. So it should be always connected, otherwise we'll get this misplaced else concept. Now I'll just give you one question, just give me the answer of that. So you can guess by now, I think. You can guess by now what is the answer.
Misplaced else.
Yeah, misplaced. As of now, there is a one. So let me correct that first. Now can you guess what is the answer?
AB.
AB.
Think again. You are forgetting the points.
A and B. No? And D.
And D. A, B, D. You can understand that. Now, what are conditional statements here? AB is a conditional statement and C is the conditional statement. But D will always get executed. So this will always execute as it's outside the else part. Okay. This you have to consider whenever in entrances or in any output based entrance exams, etc. Please focus on these concepts. And the flip is this.
C and D.
What is this? What is this answer right now? Not of 2 is
0.
0 less than 3 is 0 greater than 3 is
False.
false. Based on that,
Else will get executed.
else will get executed and
D.
D.
clear. So there is no confusion in the concepts. Yes. Now these concepts where I'm going to use this if or if else concepts. You check, you go to bank for debiting, nil difference. Can I always debit the amount? Can we do it always? Go to the bank and debit whatever amount you like, or some condition is required to debit. Will I go to bank and debit whatever amount I like, or I should check and debit?
Check and debit.
Check.
So what I should check for debiting the balance? So that means if there is a condition that minimum 500 should be maintained. What should you write here? You cannot withdraw the whole amount. You should keep at least minimum 500 balance. So
If balance greater than 500.
balance greater than I have to debit
Greater than or equal to
500.
then that means okay. Balance is 700. Let us say. And I want to debit 900. Is it okay?
No.
Mm.
So when can I do debiting? When will I get this message on the screen? Like, what is the scenario to debit?
Debit should be less than balance.
Debit should be less than or at the most equal to the balance. But I don't want to debit the whole balance. The balance is 700 and you want to debit the 700. I should not allow. I should only allow you to debit how much? 200.
And balance greater than or equal to 500.
No. Okay, how much I can allow you to debit right now? What is the debiting maximum amount here?
200.
100.
200. So how will I get this number if I ask you how much I can debit right now? You get the answer. So
500.
yeah,
Balance minus 500.
yeah. That's it. So any question if you're not getting, just try to put it in a natural way and get the answer. Okay? So this is balance minus 500. So balance is 700. 700 minus 500 is 200. So if your debit is less than or equal to 200 only, I can debit. Otherwise, I'll get this notification. Fine. I'll give you today a task, a very bigger one. Like, see, there are many scenarios while debiting. So what is the scenario? Can I debit 50,000 using an ATM card? I'll give you criteria. Just we'll see how much you can write the conditions for it. Can I debit this amount? Can I debit any amount? Whatever I have 10 lakhs. But can I withdraw 2 lakhs at a time?
No, there's some sort
No.
of limit.
So just see the limit. You can check in the real time, or you can ask your parents with an ATM card, with a normal ATM card, how much you can withdraw. And you're going to tell me by tomorrow what is the condition for this. Second thing, can I debit 75 rupees? Can I debit 75 rupees?
No.
No. So, what is the problem in this is? Just thinking like the device, not on the bank part of it. Anyhow, bank also will not be such small amounts. So, denominations, no. We can only enter the denominations in ATM in hundreds, multiple of 100, 200 or something. Third criteria was same thing. Debit should be less than or equal to the balance, to whatever minimum balance. If it's more than that, I can't withdraw. Can I, by mistake, can I type something like this? By mistake on the machine, I press some other button. Will it accept?
No.
No.
The wrong format of inputs. Input is wrong. So if there is some criteria, so that means we have to give criteria for all of them, and put some messages for the specific ones. Okay, it is exceeded the limit, or it is wrong denomination, or amount insufficient, entered input is in a wrong form. Maybe instead of this, let us say that I have written in 011 0005 or something I mentioned in the wrong format. So can I take that value? So can I allow zeros in the beginning? So these are considered as a wrong format. Okay, at least try for these three and tell me tomorrow what is the condition. You have to write the condition inside it and tell me the message. Give a try, otherwise we'll discuss this tomorrow. So right now, so if else you have got a clarity. Only if can exist, if else can exist. Now next is ladder, if else ladder. So we have now, till now, here we have only one condition and one statement. With one statement means one block of statement. Whether it will execute or not, we don't know. Here it is two statements, two blocks. So any one of them can execute. And in the ladder, so that means here how many conditions we have? One condition. Here also have how many conditions? Only one condition. But how many blocks we have? Two blocks. But in ladder, if else ladder, we have more than one condition. More than one condition. Or we say option, something like that. So if else ladder is used for like please enter a choice, just same like ATM machine only. Please press your option. 1 for debit, 2 for crediting operation, 3 for check balance, or 4 for quit or exit, something like this. So that means I'm asking you to enter a number of your choice. How many numbers user can enter at that time? Can he enter all the 4 digits, or he has to enter any one of them? In this scenario, when you're standing in front of the system, it's saying please enter your choice. Okay, you're taking an MCQ exam. There are 4 bits in that. Enter one option, yes. So you should enter 1, 2, or 3, or 4. But you entered some 10 or 20. Will it accept?
No.
1.
No. So, but whenever you're entering, also how many numbers you're entering? Can you enter 4 options or only 1?
Only one.
Only
1.
one option. So here I can either enter 1. If it's not 1, then you will have entered 2. If you have not even entered 2, maybe you have entered 3. Otherwise, you have entered 4 or something else. So that means unless I check your option, what you have entered, that means if I want your option right now, please enter your option. So for that I'm just asking as a preview statement. Now enter your choice. So user is going to enter plus some button in the center. So I'm just saying present the option. Now should I proceed with the debit or credit? What should system should do? It will take a decision. It has to do how many operations? It should be able to do debiting, crediting, checking balance or exit and see a message that you have entered a wrong option. So totally 5 messages are ready. But can it show all the 5 messages or only one for the user?
Only one.
Only one. So that means based on the number what he has entered, system will check the option what he has entered. If the option what he has entered is equal to which number? 1. That means he has chosen which operation? Debit is selected. Then that debit window will come here. But if he has not entered 1, if it is false, option you entered 3. Now this 3 is not equal to which value? 1. So this condition already failed. It's a false state. Will it execute? No. Will the print statement execute or will it not?
No.
Yeah. So if it is 3 we have. So now when it has failed only we have to go to the else part. Generally we had learned till now this else part. So there if I say only if else, definitely this will execute. Even if we have executed a number, any number out of them. But I don't want to say this credit for any number. I want to use this credit option only if the option is equal to 2. That means directly this is not an else statement. It's a second if condition. So this condition will execute only if the first condition is filled. Since our first if condition is filled, we are not executing the first statement. Now we are going to execute the evaluate the second condition. Only in the failure of the first case, we have to go to the second case. If it is true, now is it true or is it false? Is the entered option matching with number 2?
No.
No. So can I say that you have chosen the credit option?
No.
I don't want to credit because I came for the bank just to check the balance. I just wanted to view the balance available in my account. So I just pressed which number? 3. So it has failed the 1. It has failed the checking of 2. Now we have the third checking. So totally how many options user can enter actually? Totally how many numbers user can enter? He can enter 1, 2, 3, 4 or other than 4. Anything other than 4. So that means others. I can simply say others are going as wrong option. So totally how many numbers user can enter? 4 valid numbers and a fifth one is always a invalid. So totally we have 5 variations of values or options. So now we just mentioned 4 if conditions. There are 5 options. Mention 4 if conditions. First one, second one, third one. Else if the option is equal to 3. What you want to do? You want to check balance. Else if you have not pressed even 3, I will check if you enter number 4. I want to quit. If you have not even entered this value, that means if you have not entered 1, 2, 3, 4, obviously you would have entered some wrong option. Now I don't have to check if the option is equal to 5 or is it 6 or we can't write like that. So all other values are by default going to the wrong option, means else option. So if it's not matching with others, it's only left as wrong option. So these are my 5 values 1, 2, 3, 4 and other than these 2. Those all falls into which category? Else category. I don't have to check. I can directly say when you have not entered 1, it's failed. It is a false. Here it is also false. If you have entered some 9 number, it's false here also. And then finally it has executed this file. You'll get this as an output of this. But if it is 3, it will fail in the first option. Option is not equal to 2. but option is equal to 3 is a true option here. What you entered is 3 only. The option is 3, and because of that, what is the option you have selected here? You wanted to check the balance, right? So only any one of these blocks only will get executed. So in this case, which block will get executed? Executed and program quits after that. That means it will not go into any other options anymore. Any one of the options will execute. 1, 2, 3, 4 or the last. The syntax is nothing but whenever you write if, you write a condition, write some statement or a block, then else if again a condition, a block of statements, else if there is a space here. Without space we can't. And once all the options are over, at last we can put the else statement. Is that clear? Any confusion on this part? If else
No.
that is clear. Last
Yeah.
is switch, but switch I'll discuss tomorrow. So I'll just try to ask you some questions today on this topic. Okay. Can you write a program to check if the entered PIN of the ATM card is correct or not? Entered PIN is matching with the actual PIN of ATM card. Give the proper message on this PIN. Can you one of you tell this answer? Complete coding on this. I'm just writing the structure. Okay, how many variables? Means what is the data we are expecting from the user? How much information you are expecting? Should the program already have something, or there is nothing in the program? You have to understand, is that in this program should we already have some number, or we should not have any? No.
You should have the pin.
Yeah, that means initial pin at least we should have. This is already there. Now, other than that, do I need any other information?
ePIN, we have to take from the user.
Yeah, so enter will I can just say declare a variable like this. So it's not having a value in the program. So write a program to accept a pin from the user, and if it's correct, say welcome customer, else say invalid pin. This would say that the message is either welcome customer or we should say invalid message.
If ePIN equal pin,
But where
then
is
welcome customer.
yeah, but where is the pin value? Who gave the value right now?
We have to scan it.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Printf. Enter.
so enter. Let's scan it. Which variable's value?
Pin, ePIN.
So in that don't give any spaces, nothing required. Directly you can write this. Then what should we check?
If ePIN equal pins,
So if so what should I say?
Welcome customer.
Yes. So it's only one statement. I will not write braces. Okay. Now second question. Accept a number and accept two numbers and check if the first number is a factor of second or not. Accept two numbers and check if the first number is factor of the second number.
Printf
First variables. Always before input variables.
int a comma b. Enter any two numbers.
Okay.
Scanf percentile d a comma b.
Now
A comma b.
no. What is this?
Scanf. Oh,
And
ampersand a comma ampersand b.
yeah, many students do this mistake till loops till arrays also. And they'll come with wrong answers. They ask what is mistake here. Because without ampersand, it will not have a location or it will wrong answers. Yeah. Now,
If a percentile b is equal to 0.
what is the question asked? What did I ask? Is the first
First
number?
number is factor of the second.
Yeah. Means is which one I'm dividing by which one?
First one.
Should I divide first one with second one or second
No,
one with first?
Second one
with
with the
first.
first
Yeah.
one.
Is the second number divisible by
First
the
number.
first or not? Perfectly. So what should be the condition here?
B percentile a
Okay.
is equal to 0.
Just check the remainder. It's perfectly divisible. It's okay. So else it's not. So these are there are a lot of questions like this you can understand. Okay. Now this task. Third question is a full answer. Accept an alphabet from the user and just check if it's lowercase or uppercase. Lowercase or uppercase. You can write down the logic statements. The program is not important. What is important is this one line. Rest all are same thing. You can just add up the sentences. What is important? The main part of the program. What is important for that? You have to check. So the main points are these only. How will I check something is lower or upper? You should know that. So what is the logic to check if it's lower or upper? To find out that first, then you can write a program. I'll give you 2 minutes. You can just put a rough note of it and just kind of. Did you find the logic? Did you get the logic?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
start with? What is
Yeah,
the logic? What's the logic? If this is an alphabet,
ASCII value
if it lies between 65, we can
to
just
9.
check one.
okay,
If it lies between 65 and 90, then it's
Uppercase.
uppercase, else lower.
okay. So how do I express this in programming? How do I write this scenario? You said it lies between this to this. How can you
Um,
express this?
A greater than or equal to and
Yeah.
less than or equal to.
If this h is more than or equal to 65
65. And
and equal to 90. That's it. Okay. Okay. Now we try to accept, press any key from the keyboard and check if it's a number or is it an alphabet, lower alphabet or upper alphabet or any other key.
We can use get ch and
Yeah. Okay.
take in a value.
Here also I can see the same thing. Enter a character and get ch for scanning the alphabet. And then you can simply say ch is equal to not get ch, get cat. Okay. So in here this program is also saying anything you have to take like a character, whether it's a number, whether it's a symbol, whether it's an alphabet. Everything is a character right now. So
Yeah.
concept is get character. So what are we going to check? Which concept? Here we had how many options? Either you have entered in uppercase or lowercase. How many options here?
2.
2. So how many conditions we have here?
2.
2 conditions.
1.
1
1.
condition. That's it. Here how many options we have? 1,
4.
2, 3, 4. So in this case we have 4 options. So how many conditions we have to give?
3.
So 3.
3. 4 minus 1. So we need to mention definitely 3 conditions. But should I check all the 3 conditions or only when the first condition fails we should go to the second one? When second fails we should go to the third one. When the third fails we should go to the answer. And we have 4 options. Out of that any one only can be correct. No? Either the entered
Yeah.
key is a number or is it an alphabet or something. So how many conditions? 3. And if all are false, then it will go to which part?
Else.
So which concept we are using here to solve this program?
Ladder.
Reference. So whenever we have multiple options, definitely we have to go for a ladder. Top to bottom, the flow of execution is from top to bottom. So how should we check that? So how many conditions can I say? Totally how many conditions?
3.
3. Only if the first fails, then only it should go to this. That's a reason else. If I don't write else, all the 3 will become like separate if conditions. like always they get executed, even if the first one is true. So I should not execute all the three. Unless the first one is wrong, then only I should go to the second. Right? Now, what will be the condition? It is still can tell you. It's a number. It's a lowercase. Can you fill that conditions now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Um, 48 to 57.
Yeah. Even if you don't know the ASCII values, what you printing is, if it's more than, you write in single quotations. The character itself directly. If you don't know the ASCIIs, the character you can directly write it because always you may not remember no 48. So you can directly go with the ASCII character itself. And less than or equal to. So this is more easy. Otherwise you have to remember the numbers. That's greater than or equal to 48 and that's 56.
57.
So instead of remembering, you can directly do this. So same thing, second equal to.
Lowercase a.
Yeah. So now it becomes easy. But otherwise it should be 97 to 122. Just a knowledge, nothing more. Third one will be CH is more than or equal to capital A, and also it must be less than or equal to capital C. Otherwise it should be just 65 to 90. And then we go for the other key. Is that clear? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So I'll just stop till here today because switch case has a lot of concepts again after discuss on that. Because for output based questions, they'll ask more questions on this concept, switch cases. Okay. So I'll just give you a few questions today. I'll send you in the WhatsApp. You can try to solve it and come back.
Okay.
Fine?
Okay.
Thank you.